So it's midwinter and it's time to start thinking about your spring and summer gardens. I'm going to tell you the 7 things you should be sowing right now to prepare your garden for the coming year ahead. I'm Gardener Koo here with Freya, and let's start with herbs. So you want to sow your half-hardy herbs. That means they can take, light frost and some cold. So this would be your cilantro, your chives, your parsley, and your chervil. So cilantro is really bad at germination. So you want to really add a lot of seeds per slot just to make sure you get enough. I usually do like 6 to 7 seeds. They don't germinate. And for varieties, cilantro is almost all bolt pretty quickly. Get a slow bolt variety, but honestly, that'll just save you a few days. But don't try to figure out which one's the best. They all will bolt. Parsley is very easy. I recommend Italian parsley just because it has a lot more flavor than the curled parsley. And chives, any of them will work. And chervil, if you don't know what that is, it's a kind of like a French herb. It's used a lot with eggs. It has this kind of licorice, mint, parsley flavor to it. It's really delicate. It's really lovely. I always germinate a lot of this extra for my neighbors who can't find it in the nurseries. I also want to say, remember to fill your flats empty. So this potting soil that I used here has a wettening agent in it. So you can put your seeds in, get it ready, get them into place, and then add water. It makes life just so much easier. You don't have to worry about wet soil getting everywhere. It's just totally worth it. And the great thing about winter seed starting as well is you don't have to use heating mats for most of them because they like the temperatures inside the house. That's the temperature that they germinate at, or inside a greenhouse. So it makes it just a whole lot easier. So for our second group of winter starting seeds, you want to do your half-hardy annuals. Once again, they're resistant to the cold. So this would be like your calendula, your snapdragons, you'd be your poppies, which are just amazing in the spring. These are all pretty easy. Poppies, you just want to make sure you kind of sprinkle on the top of the soil and just kind of give a little rub in. Snapdragons can be a little finicky. You want to make sure you give them a lot of very strong light when they're germinating and growing. Otherwise, they get really kind of leggy. And calendulas are just the easiest thing in the world. Honestly, you could just go out in the garden and throw the seeds in. They'd go. They're so easy. So our third group of plants that you should be sowing in the winter time would be your fast greens and your beets and your kohlrabi. So fast greens would be like lettuce. It would be like your mustard greens, like mizuna. These grow really fast, and they will help fill in little holes in your garden, so you just always have some greens coming. I like to, my philosophy with greens is basically just every color I can find. So then I do Mizuna America from Territorial Seeds. It has this beautiful, just burgundy leaf, and it has a nice little spicy kick to it. For lime green, I use Simpson Elite seeds, which are just this lettuce that is just like glowing electric green. I love it so much. And there's various reds and whatnot. Just look for color. Honestly, flavor isn't really a big contention with a lot of the lettuces. The mustards, yes, they will be spicy. So if you don't like that, don't grow those. Also, you want to grow beets and kohlrabi in this fast category. They will get to fruition in about 2 months. So for beets, just grow whatever color you like. It depends. If you like that kind of dirt flavor, you want to go towards the red end. If you don't like that dirt flavor, you want to go towards the orange and the white ones. They have a lot cleaner flavor. And do use the leaves. Like, I don't actually like beets at all, but I grow them all the time because I love the leaves. They have that kind of sweet flavor, and they're just wonderful in a salad. Kohlrabi, you might not know about, is like this bulbing thing from like Super Mario Brothers. It's actually related to the brassicas. It's a type of, cabbage. But you use the bulb instead, and it kind of tastes like a sweet broccoli stem. They're really good in like coleslaws or in raw, or you can even just, saute them, and they just have a great flavor. And it's really fun to give to people because nobody knows what it is. So that is your fast greens. So for number 4, we have quick brassicas. I know I already just talked about kohlrabi, but what I'm talking about here are your quick cabbages, basically. There's a whole bunch of cabbages out there that go for like 60 to 70 to 80 days even, and that way you have a nice crop coming in, and it's filling up the garden and holding that spot for that tomato later. A lot of these would be like Red Ball or Katrina from Territorial Seeds. Those are 2 I depend on all the time. You just want to avoid the cabbages that start getting above 80 days because they're just going to sit there, and you're just going to have a tomato or a cucumber ready, and you're just going to get so annoyed that it's not done yet. For the next group, we're going to talk about alliums. Sorry. For number 5, let's talk alliums. Alliums are, of course, your onions and your shallots and your leeks. So I talk about leeks now just because leeks help fill the gap between when the onions are ready and when you need onions. So I use leeks year round just to always make sure I have some type of allium to cook with. On leek variety wise, honestly, you just got to look at them. Some of them are fall leeks, some of them are spring leeks, some of them are year-round leeks. So just look at the seed packet; it'll tell you what you want. For alliums, though, you want to plant them in a 4-inch pot, and you want to plant them densely. So you can, in a 4-inch pot, you could probably do 20 or 30 seeds. Once they germinate, you cover them in soil. Once they germinate, you grow them to about 4 inches tall, and then you take them out into the garden. And you just kind of rinse them off, and they'll come apart, and you can plant them individually. If you let them get too tall, you can just give them a little trim back down to 4 inches. Don't worry about it. Sometimes people have a lot of trouble with allium seeds, and that's because they have a very short shelf life. If you don't refrigerate your seeds, they have about a year. So if you're using an old seed, it's just going to fail. So if you're having that trouble, just go out and buy some new onion seeds. The ones that I like are from territorials like Oneida. That one has done great for me. I got the biggest onions I've ever seen. It was fantastic. And then let's talk for our last two categories that might benefit from a heating mat, but you could try without it. Well, at least the next one. Let's talk perennials. This is a great time to start perennials. Perennials are just known for being so slow in the garden. The adage goes is that a perennial, the first year will creep or sleep, the second year will creep, and the third year will leap. So when you're starting them in the winter, this is trying to get you ahead of the game so you can get to that second year leap before without having to do the first year of just waiting while they just sit there. Perennial seeds are also a little more complicated to germinate than annuals, but I can't totally help you along the way on this. They all have just such very different environments. Like viola seeds here, they need to have light in order to germinate, but they also need to have constant moisture, so be careful. I've had so many different ones where you have to soak some seeds for 24 hours, some seeds you have to nick. You just have to really read the seed packet, it will guide you. One set of seeds, I had to set a small fire on top of the soil because it came from a fire ecosystem, proteas. So you really got to read the seed packet. But if you start perennial seeds early, it'll really give you a heads up in the year ahead. And our last one, which does definitely need a heating mat, is chilies. Chilies take forever to germinate. So you want a heating mat, you want a humidity dome, you want every advantage you can get. I love chilies so much, but they are a little more difficult. They can take up to 30 days to germinate. And once they do germinate, you want to take that humidity dome off immediately. And then from there, they're going to just kind of slowly grow. I like to grow them up to about 2.5-inch pots, 4-inch pots before I put them out into the garden. You want to give them every leg up ahead. And if you do this, you'll get great chili harvests. It's February and I'm still getting chili harvests. It's insane. But you want to also make sure you don't put them out too early. I've made this mistake a few times. Chilies usually go out best for me in about May. I usually aim for May 1st, but oftentimes I have to wait a couple weeks because it's still just a little chilly and there's some cold wind coming through and it's just not quite stabilized in the environment yet. So grow chilies, just be patient. And for varieties, you just want to grow ones that have very short days and can take nighttime temperatures. I love like a Hungarian wax chili, a Bulgarian carrot pepper chili, also like an early jalapeno works, and the bottle rocket Thai chili from Johnny's it's still going off in my garden. It's great. Anyways, I hope I've inspired you to get out there and start your spring and summer gardens. I know it seems early, but it's time. Spring is coming. I'm Gardener Koo here with my sweet girl Freya, and go get your hands dirty.